Hi, I'm Chris Hutchinson.
And I'm Tom Hutchinson.
And we're here with Rock the Kaspa,
bringing you monthly news and updates of all things Kaspa.
Let's get into it. Okay, again, before we start, I feel like we've been here
too many times.
Yeah, too many times. Massive apology, we missed last month's.
We did.
And that is solely because we have been so busy with work that we haven't actually been able to allocate some time for Rock the Kaspa last month. But we are here now and we have a boatload of stuff and info to get through to you.
We do. This one is going to be the bee's knees, better yet, the Tri-Llama's pyjamas.
Boom.
Boom. So let's jump into it and take a look.
Actually, before we do you know how terrible we actually are?
Very terrible.
Very terrible, because we even missed our own birthday. Rock
the Kaspa is
1 year
officially
old.
1 year and a month basically old now.
We can't believe we missed our own birthday.
I know.
That's how terrible we are.
Yeah, so the first episode aired on the 5th of March last year, 2024. So that is incredible news, and to say thank you to everyone that's watched us over this past year and this amazing community that we've built. I think it's time for another giveaway.
Oh, here we go. Another one. Again. Tom loves a giveaway.
Giveaway.
No, but definitely, it's well deserved. Like I said, the community has really looked after us as well, and we really do appreciate all the support. So totally agree, we should do another giveaway.
Yeah, we definitely will. So we'll run it through our X account. So if you don't follow us on X, make sure you do. Again, it's just Rock the Kaspa. You can find us there. And we'll put up a competition basically when this episode's airing. I'll put it up at the same sort of time. But thank you, everyone, for your support.
Yeah, massive thank you. I can't believe we're a year old already.
It's cool, isn't it? Cheers, eh?
Cheers. Where's the time gone? Cheers, mate.
Cheers, mate.
Right, let's have a look at dev and tech updates. So, we are now on the cusp of the Crescendo Fork with 10 blocks per second. The estimated mainnet deployment is on the 5th of May, around 3 p.m. UTC.
Yeah.
I mean, they could have done it a day beforehand, so then it would have been May the 4th be with you. But
May the 4th be with you.
Yeah, like, can't devs do something?
I know, can they do something about it?
But no, May the 5th is perfect, and we really can't wait for it.
Yeah, can't come soon enough.
I mean, Crescendo positions Kaspa as the ultimate peer-to-peer currency and settlement layer technology, making Kaspa a sandbox for developers, a launching pad for entrepreneurs, and a foundation for enterprise market applications. Powered by Kaspa.
Yeah.
You can view the countdown on kas.live thanks to the amazing Kaspador, absolute legend, dedicated the kas.live page to the Crescendo Hard Fork countdown.
He has as well. And talking about 10 blocks per second, on testnet 10, as I'm sure you're aware now, we've gone to 10 blocks per second. And if you want to see the visualizer, make sure you head to kaspa.org. It is incredible. And thanks to Tirram, you can now get it in dark mode and some size scaling options as well. And there was I saw a Kaspa Speed app or something that was made as well that showed like Bitcoin moving along and Litecoin moving along, Solana moving along, and then Kaspa at 1 block per second.
Yeah.
And you could flick the button and it went to 10 blocks per second.
That was Kaspador as well.
Was it
done
Kaspa?
that?
Yeah, it's insane,
and it is. It's just like these blocks just... Unreal. I mean, imagine if we do get to, because Jonathan always wanted to get to 100 blocks per second, didn't he?
Could you imagine it?
Imagine if we got to that. But 10 blocks per second is plenty for what we need it for.
Yeah.
And some incredible things getting built on top of Kaspa now.
And so we've also now had 90% of all the Kaspa supply mined through the emissions schedule. This was all done by design. In fact, Shai put a really good article up, or a video up actually, about it as well on X. But it is made to do this. And ultimately what's going to happen is you'll end up going from mining rewards to transaction fees, basically. Yeah,
you go to the fee market, and that was the whole design of it. Kaspa was never meant to be this thing where we deal with a major problem later.
No.
For example, Bitcoin, like our generation are never ever going to have to worry about Bitcoin's emission schedule, because we're not going to have to deal with it. It's the future that like our grandkids that are going to have to deal with that. Whereas Kaspa wanted to prove that it can handle it on the fee market, and it can, because Kaspa can scale. Only proof of work layer 1 with the same benefits of Bitcoin, obviously security and decentralization, that can actually scale. It's the trilemma solver. So it's just unbelievable. Just in crypto land alone, you're going to get all sorts of transactions.
Crazy,
let alone what people like Kaspa KII are doing and wanting to achieve with Kaspa, really taking it to real world adoption. I have no doubt in my mind that the fee market will be absolutely fine for the miners to take their cut.
100%.
So going from 1 block per second to 10 blocks per second doesn't mean that there's going to be more rewards. You're still going to get the same amount of rewards, but they'll be split between more users or more blocks, which is why solo mining can be quite beneficial for the individual. Because they've got more chance of hitting a block. May not get as big a reward, but they've got more chance of hitting a block. But also bear in mind that with 10 blocks per second and the layer 1.5s that are coming on the base roll-ups, there's going to, like I said, I can see a massive influx of transactions coming over to Kaspa. So you'll be getting a block reward and you'll be getting the transaction fees as well. So solo mining is definitely one to look out for.
So moving on, we've got Pavel from the IgraLabs team, and he showed us all how smooth and easy it is to run a Kaspa testnet 10 node. So if you should know, if you don't know, testnet 10 was running at 1 block per second, and they've recently done the Crescendo Hard Fork on testnet 10 to make it bump up from 1 block per second to 10 blocks per second, make sure it all runs smoothly. And they, the Kaspa team or Kaspa X account put out a PSA asking for integrators to test their stack on testnet before the mainnet fork to 10 blocks per second, just to verify that it can handle the throughput. Pavel was straight in there and did it. I think he said it was done within like 5 minutes or something, and showed us how easy it was to do. So that's amazing. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and it is. It's good that all these people are testing. Like this is what I love about Kaspa. It's rigorous testing, rigorous testing. You don't need to rush anything. You just need to get it right. And this is what Kaspa, the ethos of Kaspa, slow and steady wins the race. But again, it's not even slow and steady. Kaspa's 3 years old. It's already solved the trilemma, and it's proving it by moving to 10 blocks per second now, which will open up a whole load more opportunity. So it's just incredible to see.
It takes being slow and patient to build something so fast.
Wow, what an intelligent thing to say.
Thank you. It just come to me.
I don't know where you got that from. I mean,
I don't know.
Sounds like something Michael Sutton would say, but
I don't know. I'm just thinking I might start coding.
Yeah,
just give it a go.
Give it a go.
I think we're on the same wavelengths now.
We also had a message from hashtag. He's actually been, I think, more active recently, which is awesome to see.
The big dog.
Sorry, the big dog hashtag.
Have a bit of respect here.
Yeah,
come on.
Put some respect on the man's name. But he's been around on X a little bit more frequently, and he just had a message for the Kaspa community. He's saying core Kaspa is really kicking it. We are e-meeting daily, writing code, actually building the stack, applied research, and during coffee breaks, even brainstorming degen adoption strategies. Which is all part, it is all part of crypto, and it's all part of decentralization. But the main point is it's really cool to see the big dog hashtag coming out with statements like that. That because sometimes you can think things aren't getting done in the background, but they are. Whatever your skill set is in the crypto world, you can check on Kaspa, whether it's from coding or whether it's just from watching Rock the Kaspa, which is a brilliant show, by the way.
It's a very good
While
show,
you're here, go like and subscribe. If you don't, we're not friends anymore.
It's our birthday, pretty much.
Yeah, it's our birthday. Give us a birthday present. Like and subscribe. I'm not begging. We're not beggars. If you like our stuff, like it. If you don't. But then don't watch. Is this bullying?
I don't know.
Online bullying? I don't know.
They did get rid of the thumbs down one, didn't they? Just don't put a thumb. I can't remember. Don't put a thumbs down.
Yeah.
Anyway, so moving on. Again, keeping in with sort of the core team. So our very own Shai has just been so unbelievably active lately. Just everywhere. But part of his activity has been making a website dedicated to helping everyday people like us to understand the true beauty of Kaspa, as the big gigabrains can see it. Talking about Cass and Shai and the core team. So obviously we would never be able to get as deep as an understanding of Kaspa as the professionals do, contributing to Kaspa's code base. But now, thanks to Shai, we have the chance to understand enough about Kaspa's revolutionary tech to gain wisdom and grow our conviction. You can find all of Shai's hard work at his new website, which is wybor.ski.
Awesome name, by the way, for a website.
Yeah, it's a cool
absolutely awesome. But yeah, no, it is. It's a fantastic resource. So definitely go check it out. If you do value it and it's had a decent impact on your Kaspa journey, then yeah, think about a contribution. It'd be awesome.
Yeah, 100%. He's given out his expertise. At the end of the day, if people pay us to use our expertise in construction, this is no different. This is expertise in Kaspa tech. Research and tech and stuff.
Well, he's a crypto researcher and a really good one. Because actually, I've not just...
He's a doctor.
He is a doctor. But I've not just learnt about Kaspa through him. I've learnt about so many other different chains as well, and even how proof of stake works. And like, honestly, it's not just Kaspa he's taught me about. He's taught me about so many things. So yeah, definitely worth going to have a look at that page. It is awesome.
And that about wraps it up for the dev and tech updates. Now, let's keep it rocking on to the latest Kaspa integrations.
And boy, do we have some good ones.
Oh, yeah.
So we now have multiple separate teams working on their visions of based roll-ups. This type of layer 2 isn't actually in a layer 2. They are closer to a layer 1.5 as they are based. This means they use Kaspa's network as the sequencer. Base rollups were actually originally designed for Ethereum, but because it's too slow, no project has successfully built base rollups on their network. Kaspa is the fastest layer 1 proof of work that maintains Bitcoin level security and decentralization, and this is exactly why base rollups are achievable. Yeah. Making Kaspa the sequencer for these layer 1.5s mean that they aren't parasitic like many layer 2s that we hear about. Kaspa's miners collect a good portion of the fees generated from people using the layer 0.15s that will be coming online. Common layer 2s on Ethereum, for example, use their own centralized sequencers, meaning in some cases the base layer may see as little as 10% of the fees generated from all layer 2 transactions, hence why they're considered parasitic to the actual base layer. Layer 1.5s on Kaspa changes this for the benefit of its base layer and becomes much fairer for the miners of Kaspa. The teams we currently know about that are building out base rollups on Kaspa are Sparkle, being developed by Aspect, who has been a massive contributor on Kaspa's network. Just have to look at Kaspa NG, for example. Sparkle are building their architecture from scratch, so it may take a bit longer to be implemented than other Kaspa layer 1.5s that are being built out. So basically Sparkle's architecture is a lot more, I'd say, tightly integrated with Kaspa itself. I'm pretty sure that through Sparkle you won't have to have like a wrapped Kas or anything like that. I think it will just be able to use Kas as its main thing. That's cool. But yeah, so it's the architecture they're building literally from the ground up. So that's going to take a little bit longer. But we also have IgraLabs, and they are developing an EVM compatible layer 1.5 on Kaspa's network. This allows existing Ethereum-based smart contracts and dApps to be supported on Kaspa's network. This approach prioritizes interoperability and rapid adoption, as devs familiar with Ethereum's tools can port their applications easily to Kaspa. Some of the IgraLabs team are ex-DAGLab members. We've had Pavel, Dennis and Mike Zach talk to us live on Blockchain Banter twice, and it was a massive privilege. They're just incredibly smart devs that are completely down to earth. So, like, they're really cool guys. I have a lot of respect for the IgraLabs team. They've been awesome. We also have Kasplex that are building out their version of an EVM compatible base roll-up on Kaspa 2. We are having them, or we got Kaspador coming on a future episode of Blockchain Banter, so I'll be able to dig much more into them and find out what they're doing. I think, to be honest with you, Igra and Kasplex are going to be pretty similar, but obviously they're going to have their own ways of doing things. The main thing is, all of these three that are being built out is fantastic for Kaspa, for the mainnet. Absolutely fantastic for it. And the more competition, the better. It keeps everyone on their toes. Healthy competition makes people push for different ideas, different approaches. And I'm really, really looking forward to all three of them getting built out. I know Kasplex are well on their way. I know IgraLabs are well on their way as well. So I'm really, really looking forward to the Crescendo update. So then, because obviously before any of this can come online, any of the base roll-ups, we need that 10 blocks per second Crescendo update. And then after that, a lot of these can maintain on optimistic base roll-ups, but we really want the ZK proof opcodes to come onto Kaspa, and then that will really give longevity to all of these projects. But it's really, really exciting times, and I cannot wait.
So moving on with our integrations, we have Rob, who's heading up the Kaspa Ledger Live integration, and he posted on X saying, that I want you to enjoy the upcoming Ledger Live integration. You'll have full control over transaction fees, and you can pick from slow, medium, fast, or even set your own custom rate. And now I'm diving into the mobile application development as well.
Awesome.
It does look awesome. He put a picture up there as well with his post. Again, keep up the incredible work. It's so cool to see so many people putting their talents to practice on Kaspa.
Yeah, definitely. And that's it for integrations. Now, let's have a quick fire through all the listings that have come up on Kaspa.
Let's do it. First one, we've got Kas listed on QuickX.
That was quick.
Kas is listed on GroveX as well.
A new Kas swap listing on CoinerSwap.
And a new spot listing for Kas Tether on Arbit.
And finally, a new spot listing for Kas USDT on Hibit.
Or Hybit.
We also have Coinbase Advanced Lists Kas Perp Futures.
They do. Incredible. Yeah. It's amazing. All these listings are incredible. We're still waiting on Binance.
I've given up. I don't care
said
anymore.
It a few times.
Don't give us Binance. I think if we go the opposite way, they might do it. Yeah. Don't give us Binance. We don't care.
We don't even want it on Binance.
What's a Binance?
Yeah. Binance.
What's a Binance?
God.
It'll be fantastic. Don't get me wrong. It'll be fantastic when Binance do eventually, and they will. They'll eventually list Kaspa. But Kaspa's doing what Kaspa does anyway, pushing forward. 10 blocks per second coming, base roll-ups coming. Like a tier 1 listing is
inevitable.
Yeah.
Another tier 1 listing. Sorry.
Another one.
Yeah. All right, let's keep it rocking. Move on to notable videos and X posts.
So, Michael Sutton posted a brain dump on all things Kaspa. In his post, he shared a vision of Kaspa being a global sequencer, handling a terabyte per day of data securely pruned and mined in consensus by thousands of solo ASICs across the globe, providing worldwide linear ordering, conflict resolution, and censorship resistance. Coder of Stuff reposted it, sharing the vision, saying, "Now this is the future I like. With 10 blocks per second, we get closer to where solo mining has more consistent payouts. I'd like to see a day where the network is mostly composed of solo miners mining to their own node." And the fact, and we touched on this point earlier on,
we did,
the fact that the more blocks that are getting processed per second, the better it is for solo miners. And like, if you're going to take it from anyone and take advice from anyone, it's certainly Michael Sutton and Coder of Stuff. They are some honestly incredible coders.
Yeah.
So it makes sense. Like you want to encourage solo mining because it really helps decentralization. It really does. And this is the beauty of Kaspa as well, is they get to pick the hardware costs and the hardware usage as they go along, as they're building out. For me, I can see a benefit in it. And yeah, with 10 blocks per second and beyond, solo mining becomes a lot more attractive.
Yeah, it does. But moving on from that incredible post, here is another one, and it was an opportunity to learn with Shai himself. So Shai hosted like a stream where he took a deep dive into ZK rollups and their potential role in the upcoming developments on Kaspa. So if you are after 2.5 hours of pure just giga brain power just directed straight to you from Shai, then scroll back on his X account and find that video.
Yeah, again, Shai just really, again, his knowledge is incredible, and the fact that he just puts it out there and shares it with people is fantastic. So certainly look out for Shai's posts. They're fantastic. And like I said, his streams are incredible.
Yeah.
So moving on, a new series introducing Kaspa's 11, an educational series designed to break down Kaspa's infamous battle card into bite-sized insights you can use in presentations or share on socials. And battle cards have been fantastic. There's been so many distributed through all sorts of different events and conferences, so it's incredible.
It is, yeah, and especially with Crescendo and 10 blocks per second expected around the corner. It's just there's been a big push, I've noticed, on education, and this from the Kaspa currency team is just incredible and definitely being well received.
Yeah, but with this you can really arm yourself with the knowledge to onboard the next wave of users. These are popping up on the Kaspa Currency X account, so go check them out. Or if you would like to have a read through Kaspa's incredible features, then head on over to kaspa.org/features, where Shai has researched and written the main features of Kaspa. IgraLabs have been dominating the X Spaces space lately, twice with us with blockchain banter, which were just awesome, honestly. And then one with XXIM and Luke, again, another really good channel to listen into. They do fantastic spaces. But they mostly focused on their ZK EVM deployment on Kaspa. XXIM, aka Ankit and Luke, have released their interview with IgraLabs on YouTube. And we also had Monica Foreman of Kaspa Kef hosting an X Space with IgraLabs, where you can learn about the layer 2 or layer 1.5 ecosystem activities and IgraLabs' vision for smart contracts.
Yeah, they've just been everywhere. I mean, they're busy enough as it is, but they've just seemed to be popping up everywhere, and everyone wants a piece of them and hear what they're doing and how they're developing it. And if you're like into the code stuff of Kaspa and all that jazz, then you should have seen, or if you haven't, make sure you do go look at it. Michael Sutton featuring a Crescendo activation on a small devnet with Coder stuff, which was cool.
Yeah, those guys are awesome.
Yeah.
Nicholas Sismal posted about a crypto strategic reserve, saying that it should include hard money digital assets only. It's a pretty interesting read about why a crypto strategic reserve should only hold Bitcoin and Kaspa.
Yeah.
And I totally agree with it. Like, you want hard money in a strategic reserve. You don't want something that can just be inflated away or is centralized. It doesn't make sense. So I totally agree with Nicholas on his point there.
Yeah, definitely. It is a good read. It goes into, why proof of stake's no good for it and all the rest of it. And it's pretty good read. So go check that one out if you're interested.
Yeah.
We've also had Kaspa Silver, who posted a watch party for the moment that the Kaspa testnet 10 hard forks from 1 to 10 blocks per second. If you missed that monumental moment, then you can watch it on Kaspa Silver's YouTube. The setup was awesome as well, with the visualizer going and then the code as it was writing or whatever, and the block explorer on display as well. And it was, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. And yeah, again, if you're watching this, definitely go subscribe to Kaspa Silver's channel. He's got some incredible in-depth knowledge about Kaspa on all of his channels.
Yeah.
And then we have another incredible write-up from Shai.
It's everywhere.
It's just everywhere. He is Kaspa. Amazing write-up from Shai about confirmation times, especially with the Crescendo update to 10 blocks per second around the corner. Shai wanted to go through some of the common misconceptions, like how block rate being 10 times faster will not make confirmation times 10 times faster. And again, he has a knack to explaining very technical stuff in a way that most would understand. You can see it on his X account, along with another post about Kaspa's fee activation threshold.
To be honest, Shai's just done so much lately. Just go on his X and scroll back. There's so many deep dives into stuff, because there's been a lot of questions popping up with these big monumental moments coming for Kaspa, and massive developments happening. There's been so many people asking questions, and he is chief fudbuster, and he's been going around literally just like, well, here's the answer to this question, here's the answer to this question, it's incredible stuff. So moving on, Luke had an AMA, basically just with topics including like Kaspa mining, Crescendo, adoption, ambassadors, branding, community, real world use, etc. It just went on. It's quite a lengthy Q&A as well with his listeners. Long one, but definitely worth a listen. As is most stuff he does. It's just worth a listen. I say most, everything he says worth a listen.
We've got one coming up with him tomorrow, actually, Monday.
Oh, nice.
Which would be fantastic. Love hearing Luke's story. He's a prominent figure in the Kaspa world or the ecosystem now. A lot of people know him, and for good reason, because he does some incredible work for Kaspa. And he was on a AMA with Crypto Pumps, and Crypto Pumps, again, another really good YouTuber. If you haven't subscribed to him already, go do that.
He's
brilliant. He'll kill me. Crypto Pumps. Such a decent guy, honestly, and his setup is fantastic. And he had an AMA with Crypto Pumps, Luke and Crypto Pumps, and a few others. It went on for hours, and trust me, it could have gone on for hours more. It was so good. I loved every minute of that. It was really cool. Definitely one to watch out for there as well. Crypto Pumps and Luke, brilliant AMA session that was.
And that about wraps it up for notable videos and posts.
Okay, let's go over and rock on to some meetups and conferences.
Now, so with the imminent launch of the Crescendo Hard Fork to 10 blocks per second, we do expect to see just Kaspa ambassadors around the world just organising parties and throwing events to celebrate this amazing feat in crypto. Now, there is an official Crescendo party happening in Israel on the 7th of April by Kas Hodler, who's hosting it. And it's just a big Kaspa meetup, basically exploring governance, smart contracts and security. They've released their schedule, so if you're looking to do something similar, this is a good framework to kind of follow.
We also had Kaspa UAE ambassador Andrew host his first Kaspa meetup in Dubai. He more than tripled his expected turnout of 5 to 18 crypto enthusiasts. The attendees were all excited about Kaspa's revolutionary tech, and they were looking forward to watching Kaspa evolve. Andrew is already talking about running a larger meetup, so if you're in the Dubai area, make sure to follow him on X to keep updated.
Yeah, definitely. I remember when we first did our one, it was like you just couldn't gauge numbers, could you?
No,
it was really hard to gauge the numbers.
I was really pleased with the turnout.
We must have had
20 odd.
Yeah, it must have been similar to that one. Yeah,
for like Kaspa was pretty new. From that, it spiked a lot of things. Like I met Lavendi there. We've done a lot of things. It's just awesome. So if you can do meetups, do meetups.
Yeah,
fantastic.
Yeah, so massive congratulations on the first one in Dubai. Or first one you did in Dubai. Keep them coming. There was pictures of the Kaspa sponsored lounge on X, thanks to Kaspa KF and the team for the support there, and Kaspador for repping Kaspa in Romania at the Crypto Expo EU as well, which is where the booth was placed. And then later on, following that event, Kaspador posted that Kaspa had won the Best Blockchain Innovation Award at the Expo as well, which was awesome.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
And
it was a cool trophy as well.
I really wish I could have gone to that one. Kaspador did invite me, but I just couldn't get the time off work. But I saw it. It was like sort of videos and the pictures looked fantastic. So moving on, we also had a Kaspa KEF grant recipient. Elliot has been chosen to speak at the Web3 Amsterdam conference on the 13th and 14th of March. If you attended, you could catch his talk on how does Kaspa generalise the Nakamoto consensus and help rep the project in the Netherlands. And Elliot is... I've not met him personally, but he seems like a really, really cool guy, really intelligent
really
guy as well.
Looks like
I think he's done a lot of, or he's worked with or around Jonathan and Michael Sutton as well. So he's definitely someone to look out for, up and coming in the Kaspa space for sure.
So the Kaspa Africa ambassador Abraham Mugisha has had a meetup on the 24th of March in Uganda. They reported it as a huge success, and it certainly looked that way from all the pictures and the videos they put up, saying that our Kaspa meetup was an amazing gathering of innovators and enthusiasts. We explored Kaspa's cutting-edge tech and use cases, thanks to our speakers, attendees and organisers. And yeah, it did look awesome. And he puts so much work into all like the educational stuff as well. It's insane. Go, if you don't follow Kaspa Africa anyway, do have a look. But yeah, what they put into the education out there is insane.
And we have a Web3 Festival Hong Kong coming up on the 6th and 9th of April. And the KEF have been announced as side event sponsor. So awesome to see Kaspa literally all over the globe. And I'm pretty certain they've got Michael Sutton going there as a speaker.
Wow, that's cool.
And also the big dog hashtag himself.
No way.
So yeah, like it says a side event sponsor, but it's to be honest with you, it's much bigger than that. It's really cool to see that happening.
Yeah, it's huge. Yeah, well, Kaspa will be plastered all over that the whole Web3 festival there, so that's going to be amazing. Yeah, again, so a massive thanks to the KEF for just powering forward with all this kind of stuff. It is incredible.
Definitely.
And that about does it for meetups and events. Let's keep it rocking and move on to adoption and marketing.
This has been a really long episode.
Really long episode. If you're still here, well done.
Kudos to you.
Yeah. Don't even worry about pressing the like button. If you've come this far, that's enough. Yeah. Well done.
Gordon Bennett. Right. The Kaspa X account released an awesome thread showing off Kaspa branding over the world. Rubarbarian led the way wearing a Kaspa toque in the snowy wilderness of Canada.
It did look cool.
In Canada. Chris, who is me, I posted a pic of us with Kaspa cufflinks on, which looked awesome. We looked very suave and dapper in that one. Lots of Caspians posted their contributions, and it was amazing to see so many inputs from around the world. Kaspa Facts didn't take much encouragement to show off his gim jams.
His gim jams. His gim jams, and he has got some big old gim jams, let me tell you.
Oh no, his gym gains in his Kaspa clothing from us at Rock the Kaspa. Interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting.
So we've got Rock the Kaspa YouTube channel, but we also have a merch store that has absolutely awesome merch.
It does.
Kaspa merch on it.
Yeah, it does.
And you can pay for it in cash.
You can pay for it in cash, yeah.
Wow, what a surprise.
I know. So moving on. And introducing Kaspa Weekly by MLFect. So Kaspa Weekly is it's a weekly source of information about the things that happened in Kaspa right to your inbox, and it will focus on featuring projects, initiatives that directly contribute to Kaspa ecosystem, new products, events, campaigns. Basically it's a newsletter that just gets sent straight to your inbox. And it is pretty cool. So registrations are now open if you want to go register for that and get your weekly dose of Kaspa news.
Yeah, and it's not your typical newsletter registration site either.
Yeah.
And MLFX is fantastic at building out websites. So this one is definitely one to look at. And it's kaspaweekly.com. Go have a look at it and get yourself registered. So CoinMarketCap listed Kaspa as an official made in America coin. The Kaspa Currency X account said it perfectly. Made in America, while the visibility is appreciated and a large majority of the Kaspa hash power is in the US, it's important to note that Kaspa is also stateless, decentralized project with no headquarters, no central authority and no corporate structure. Just like Bitcoin, Kaspa belongs to no nation, company or entity, but to the community of contributors and users worldwide. Kaspa is truly global, open source and stateless. They then went on to list every country that has a node across the globe.
Or a known node anyway. But it was awesome. The list just went on. So we've also had Be the Barber, who is a barbershop that accepts Kaspa. We spoke about them many times before, but they posted recently saying that as a barbershop owner, I've accepted Kas since the summer of 2023, and people pay me in Kaspa for my services, and now he had just paid his carpenter in Kas for work that they did at his apartment. That's just how it works, and it's just so fast and super easy. And we have the same thing when we pay for stuff in Kas at Wolfers Bar. It is so fast, it is super easy. But this is awesome because he's been paid in Kas and then paid out for something in Kas. So it's just that circular economy.
That's what we want, man.
Immense,
Circular economy. Vite, or Coin Athlete, created Kaspa Quiz, a fun quiz that has basic questions and badges to test your Kas knowledge. He said that for now it's just for fun and testing, but we definitely enjoyed it. Take a look at the quiz and head on over to kaspaquiz.com. He has actually updated it a little bit more since I think there was about 10 questions. He's made it to 20 questions now. Some of them are quite difficult, actually.
I was thinking, okay, you said quiz, but I mean, this is like an exam paper.
It said basic, and it's like, all right.
No, it is cool. Go check it out. Now, we love seeing the visualizer stuff. That is awesome. The testnet visualizers, the mainnet visualizers are amazing. And if you want to see a Kaspa node light show as well, now you can, thanks to the Node Globe visualizers by, I don't know his name, but the Twitter handle is at P4BPJ. And it is, when you go on there, one is a version of like the known mainnet public nodes and the other is testnet 10 nodes. This is literally consensus and security in action. It's awesome. So thanks to everyone who's run a node firstly. And if you want to go see your node or just see the awesomeness that is this node globe visualizer, then head on to kaspaglow.be and take a look. And it is awesome.
And if Luke wasn't busy enough as Kaspa Ambassador's lead, he has also taken to building a website about all things Kaspa nodes. He is sharing the importance of voluntary nodes to run a truly decentralized project and potentially gamifying it to create an element of fun and competition with node operators. As well as potentially building a plug and play node, although he would rather you try and repurpose old equipment to run a node. His site shows current Kaspa node stats. Go check it out at kasnodes.com.
And time to introduce a new YouTube series, Kaspa Accepted Here, and it is awesome. Essentially, it's like it sounds that they're going around interviewing people that accept Kaspa, basically. So Chad's been hosting it at the moment, or Rubarbarian. Awesome. They did the first episode with Auto Soto Service, the Portuguese garage that accepts Kaspa's payment, and it's awesome. Go check it out.
It's a brilliant series, and again it really highlights those businesses that are full board on adoption for Kaspa. And I say it all the time, but really these are the businesses you should be supporting. If you love Kaspa and you want Kaspa to be known to the world because of how amazing it is, there is no marketing behind it, like paid marketing. There's no coin set aside to do this marketing. It's up to us as a community. And And what a good way to show other businesses that by accepting kas, you're going to get potentially more business, is by using those businesses that accept kas. Use them, because they're supporting us, so we should support them. And it's just awesome. It's great to see Kaspa accepted here as a feature show now. So I think it's brilliant. And then we had our French ambassador Julian is spearheading a new initiative to see athletes sponsored in kas branding, thanks to the KEF support. And we already have our first one. He's a Muay Thai kickboxer, and he's been sponsored by the KEF now. He comes from France, and he has won loads of different competitions for Muay Thai. And now he's rocking the Kaspa gear. So definitely have a look at that. It's really, really cool to see.
And that about wraps it up for adoption and marketing.
And now let's rock on to feature merchants.
Whoop, 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 whoop. New merchant alert. So, welcome to the Kaspa merchant family. Latino Viscucas. I think that's right.
Pretty cool last name, because it's got kas in it.
It has got kas in it, and I think it means chicken. I'm not sure. I don't know. That may be really fit. I don't know. But they are open to the public now. It's the first Latin American chicken rotisserie in Vilnius, Lithuania. They're offering a 20% discount for customers paying with kas. So go give them a follow as well, because they seem to be just starting up, and every little helps when you're starting a new business.
Yeah, definitely. And who doesn't love rotisserie chicken? It's awesome.
I love rotisserie chicken, especially if I could use kas pay for it.
Yeah, and get a 20% discount. Awesome.
20% off chicken. Let's go.
Again, another awesome initiative there, because we love seeing businesses accepting kas. It's what makes the world go round, isn't it?
It is. And that about wraps it up for our feature merchants.
Before we go as well, there's one last thing that's just become apparent, is people are sort of voting, or there's certainly a discussion around what we call the lower denomination of kas, which is, we've always known it as Sompies after Jonathan Sompolinski. But he wrote a post saying saying that he'd like to see it be called Dvorks, because of Cynthia Dvorks, who was the who spearheaded Proof of Work. Yeah. If it wasn't for her,
proof of spam emails, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly. And if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have Proof of Work. And obviously, Proof of Work's moved on from fighting spam emails, but it was her design that really that framework that really got us to where we are now. So, I mean, I personally prefer Sompies.
I do.
I like it. I think it works well.
Rolls off the tongue better.
But I can definitely see why Dvorks is also a good name for it. Again, this is decentralization, baby. Call it whatever you want. It really doesn't matter too much. I think it would be good to get a set thing of what the majority of the community want to call it. Yeah. But there's certainly a lot of other things going around now about what we should call a lower denomination of kas. So get thinking, get in the Discord and have a look in the voting discussions, because they're all talking about it in there as well, which is awesome. So be part of it.
Yeah, get involved, get your voice heard.
And that about wraps it up for this episode. I know it's been a hell of a long one. We really appreciate you if you've stayed to this moment in time. But for us now, we can finally get some sleep. We'll try never to miss a month again, because this is a lot of work.
It is a lot of work,
But we really appreciate all of you, and keep it rocking, Kaspa.
We'll see you next month.